The Magic Pear Tree. A long time ago, a man was selling pears.
Pears! Delicious pears for sale!
A monk came to the seller and said,
I'm hungry. Can you give me a pear?
But the seller coldly said,
If you want a pear, buy it!
Please give me one.
Hey, go away!
The seller made him leave.
You have many pears. Please give me one.
The monk asked him again, but the selfish seller refused. Then a man bought a pear and gave it to the monk.
Here, take this pear.
Thank you. I shall give delicious pears to everyone.
One man was confused.
Sir, you are hungry. You should eat the pear yourself.
The monk just smiled. The monk took out a pickaxe from his bag. Then he began to dig the ground. A few moments later, he took a bite of the pear and spit out the seeds into his hand. He put the seeds in the hole and covered it.
Can somebody bring me hot water?
A man brought boiling water from a store. The monk poured the hot water on the ground. Amazingly, a sprout came out of the ground. The sprout quickly grew and became a tree. What is happening? People wondered. The tree grew bigger and bigger. The tree blossomed with flowers. Then big pears grew on it. This is unbelievable! People were surprised. Here are delicious pears. Take one. The monk picked the pears and gave them to the people. He picked up his pickaxe again and started chopping the tree.
Sir, what are you doing?
People asked. But the monk didn't say anything. Finally, the big tree fell down. The monk left. The seller who watched the whole thing said,
What a strange situation.
He was so amazed that he forgot to sell his pears. After the monk left, he came back to his wagon.
What happened?
The seller shouted in anger. His pears were gone.
Did anyone see who took my pears?
The seller asked the people, but they shook their heads. The seller looked at his empty wagon. He found that one handle was missing.
Someone broke my wagon and took my pears.
The seller thought for a while.
That's right, it must be the monk.
He realized that the pears the monk gave out were his pears. The seller was very angry. He chased the monk at once. The monk was already gone. He only found a wagon handle lying on the ground.
Did anyone see the monk?
the seller asked. Nobody said anything.
Pear.
Pear.
Give.
Give.
Tree.
Tree.
Grow.
Grow.
Ask.
Ask.
Monk.
Monk.
Bring.
Bring.